HLS Show Me How. Hi, I'm Mike Giannotti, and today we're going to take a look at creating an audio overview of a document. A couple of places where this comes into play, where Copilot from Microsoft 365 can really assist you is in, first of all, accessibility. So with accessibility, there may be visual challenges for an individual, and we want to be able to help them. I, for one, could really use this because as I've gotten older, I'm 62 now, I have to put on these just to even look at my screen and see what's written on there, right? And so I get eye strain with the glasses throughout the day. And to have the ability to have documents, especially large ones, not only summarized, but audio summarization, so I don't have to throw on the spectacles and go in. That's a big help for me. But there can be other folks with other visual challenges for whom that could be very beneficial for. The other is just on daily productivity. So if you're like me, I have 3 screens. I've got the main demo one there, my laptop here. I've got a third screen over here. And as I'm working, I'm often working on something and then listening to training or a podcast or something that's informational to help me in my day. Think of those large documents again that people might be given and they don't have the time to get in there, even to read perhaps a summary because they're busy, heads down. They can have it playing in the background and be able to bring in that information. And the beauty of it is, this is simple. It is so easy. So we're going to take a look. First, I'm going to start here in Microsoft OneDrive. So I'm in my files, as you can see right here, and I'm going to open up a PDF. This is the Microsoft AI white paper. And we'll let that open up. And here we go. It says loading time. There we go. And it's a 35-page white paper. I obviously don't have time to go through and read this during my day. So I'm going to go ahead and open up Copilot. And in the past, and I can still do this now, I can ask it right up here to summarize this file, create an FAQ, suggest next steps, all the usual suspects. But we're going to go ahead and let's enter a prompt. In this case, we're going to go ahead and say, generate an audio overview. And I'm going to hit enter. And so I'm going to sit back here and you can say it's getting ready, gathering resources. So it's reasoning over this document. And now look at, there's an audio player that's in progress of generating content. It says, sure, here's the audio overview of the file Microsoft AI white paper, Age of Intelligence. And it's, there we go. So it's going to go through and explain in a summary, and I could have that playing in the background while I'm doing other work. It's all there for me. I can, also go, I can copy, we have a whole bunch of text that's there. But now I've got this piece that allows me to be able to do things, whether to help me with my visual challenge of needing spectacles, or the ability to do that in the background. That's a PDF, right? And I did that right through OneDrive. If we want to look at another example, here's a Word doc. And again, the same thing. I've opened this one from a SharePoint site. So this is actually just a doc library in SharePoint. And you can see here when I open the Word doc here, it says generate an audio overview of this document. So I can do the same. We click. We're going to let it do its generation here, and it says it's generating that overview. And we'll wait just a second for that to take place. But it's like anything else. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time. This one here, how big is this particular document? This one is a 16-page document, so not as big, but it is going through. I think there's a lot of actual images within this particular one, so we'll let that go. Here we go. I don't know if you noticed that, but that was pretty cool. So they're talking like normal people, and it's not just one, they're having a conversation, like a podcast, right? Two people talking about it, which is just very cool. Look at this. I don't know if you noticed this too. Save to OneDrive. So that wasn't something I showed you in the last one, but I can actually save that podcast created, pass it on to my colleagues, right? It's going to save it into my OneDrive. Then one last one I just wanted to show you. Here we are, we're in Microsoft Word, and it's that earlier document, Word as a Word, and I'm doing it in the full client. And again, I'm going to scroll on up, you'll notice in this case, it had built right into suggested was generate an audio overview. So I did. And if we select that one, all right. So I'm just going to go ahead and pause it. But again, you can see it's done like a podcast. It's very natural, the flow, the language. Have the ability to go ahead and save that to OneDrive. It's easy. So as you're, going about your daily tasks, if you have early preview, you should see this. But it is rolling out. They did a recent announcement. I'll provide a link to that in the full post here. Keep an eye out for that, right? Once in a while, just try it. If you don't see the prompt yet, you can just go in and say, generate an audio overview, right, for a given document. And we're looking at here with Word and with PDF, the ability to do that. So keep trying. It's going to be popping for you, and it is a great feature. I love it. You may too. And again, if you need to educate the field on something, maybe you've created a white paper, maybe there's a new document around the new processes and procedures for things. You can generate that, save that audio, and you got a podcast that your folks can listen to on the go. Absolutely mind blowing. So with that, this is Mike Giannotti on creating an audio overview of a document. Bidding you have a great day. Take care, and as always, ciao.